cabin crew, prepare for takeoff.
Alright, before we get too far into the flight, let's talk about becoming a pilot. If you want to fly weight shift microlights, as we know them in Australia, first of all you have to find an instructor. Obviously, that's how you learn. And in Australia it is required that you hold a certificate to fly. There is no ifs, buts or maybes. So you go and do your 25, I think it's 25 minimum hours, and you get your local kind of flying endorsement. Now, in order to find an instructor, you need to look up two possible organisations, either RAAus, which is Recreational Aviation Australia, or you can look up SAFA, Sports Aviation Federation of Australia.
Taxi 17, Maryborough.
Formerly known, by the way, as HGFA, Hang Gliding Federation of Australia. And contact them, find an instructor on there nearby, or go somewhere you think is reputable. Yeah. And find an instructor that you enjoy flying with, that you would like to fly with. There's a number of them, but they are scattered few and far across Australia. And what you want to do is maybe either you either have to, you can do it a lesson a week, or you can go into a block lesson for 2 weeks.
76 entering backtracking 17 for flight to Auckland Beach.
You'll also learn how to do radio calls, of course. And yeah, you can either go and do a block of 2 or 3 weeks and get it all done at once. And that's especially useful if you're going to be flying somewhere to do your lessons. Of course, then you'll need an aircraft, because you can't hire aircraft in Australia. Microlight aircraft, weight shift. And of course, if you're going to fly, if you want to fly, it'd be best to own your own, so you can go flying anytime you want. And then you might also want your own home runway, airstrip, with hangar, or some way of storing the aircraft. You can't leave these out in the sun. And the biggest obstacle I found was getting a hangar. Once you've got a hangar, you're paying for a hangar space, so there's that ongoing cost as well anyway. And otherwise I'm sharing, it costs a bit less, but it's worthwhile just having a hangar with good runways. We've got 2 runways in Maryborough, so we've got a really good setup there. There's all sorts of different ways you can do it. So yeah, once you've got your qualification to fly, your certification, you can build up your endorsements from there. One of the required, of course, is also, as I said, your radio endorsement is mandatory. Unless you're not flying. If you're flying out in the country, you may not need it, but it's part of the course anyway. And passenger endorsement, you have to work on that. Probably advised to do that after about 100 hours or something of flying. You might do it straight away. Depends how your instructor feels and how confident you are flying with a passenger. Of course, all your training was done with a passenger called an instructor. So there's that. You might want to get a one-seater microlight, which is an SSDR. I think they're called that in Australia, a microlight, whatever it's called. And that way you don't have the capability of flying with a passenger, but you might just want to do your own thing anyway. Harvey Bay traffic, Microlight 6340 is 10 miles to the south, tracking from Maryborough overhead Harvey Bay for Auckland Beach, Fraser Island, 1,500. Harvey Bay traffic. And anyway, so the endorsement for passenger, and then the endorsement after that is cross-country. Before you get your cross-country endorsement, you actually you can only fly within 25 nautical miles, or about 50 kilometres, of your takeoff airfield. Which limits you to cross-country. Today we are definitely cross-countrying. We are tracking about, I don't even know what it is to be honest, 47 nautical miles to the northeast. Well, northeast. Should know where I'm going, eh? I just know I'm going this way. And I know where I am. So if I know where I am, that's the main thing. Currently over a place called Susan River. If you've got any other questions about learning to fly a Microlight, ask me in the comments. If there's anything to do with overseas, outside of Australia, I've really got no idea.
On Charlie, sorry, departure to the northeast.
Don't know much about outside Australia, but again, it's the same thing. Contact an instructor. Contact a flying school in your country, in your area, and they'll be able to tell you what you need to do, and they'll be able to help you out. We'll shut this GoPro down after we go over Harvey Bay. I need to gain some altitude.
8194, 4 on the way 212, flight to Orchid.
Important to check temperatures and pressures and things and fuel right now, because we are going somewhere that's a little bit hostile in terms of getting back to the mainland. We are crossing water and it's not an easy trip back. Harvey Bay traffic, Microlight 63403 miles southwest, 2,500, inbound to overfly to Orchid Beach, Harvey Bay traffic.
Harvey Bay, Caravan, Lima Yankee, Deer taxis from the GO to the RPT apron, Harvey Bay.
Quick, remember your call sign, too many numbers for me. Just coming around nose ahead now, got your visual. I'm on 1000 northbound. Roger.
Okay guys, well, if you've got any questions or if you've got any further, inquiries about getting into learning to fly or advancing your flying with a new endorsement, just let me know in the comments. I'll see if I can help you out. Thanks for watching this video. I'm on the way to Orchid Beach in this video actually, and that will be my first landing after the accident 2 years ago back at Orchid Beach. There's about 4 or 5 or maybe 6 aircraft coming up with me as well. That's why there's been a bit of communication on the radio. So that episode will be coming up in a future release, and you'll be able to see that soon. Again, and thanks for watching. See you next time.
Harvey Bay traffic over 76.56, 5 miles to southwest, 2,500, overflying the field direct Orchid Beach. Harvey Bay traffic.